the world's coming to an end. And you should be thinking, okay, I'm ready for the world coming to an end. And I'm not going to, does it work in nuclear war? Like I always say when people say, well, how about nuclear war? I say, hey, everyone's on their own in a nuclear war. I'm not worried about money that much. I'm going to put that money issue aside. You know, and I know it's always key, but I'm not actually going to let it slide a little. Nuclear war. Yeah, I'm very worried about Procter & Gamble in that nuclear war situation. I like to think of gold, the gold position as a kind of insurance. You wouldn't own a home out here without homeowners insurance. You wouldn't drive a car without car insurance. You must not invest without gold. Gold pays off when everything else fails. This is not just about upside, it's about minimizing the risk to your downside. At any given moment, there'll probably be a whole host of sectors that are poised to outperform gold. But most of them will not work like an insurance policy, and you just have to own it. You don't expect to make money on the insurance policy. You don't necessarily make money on the gold. It works when everything else doesn't. How do you own gold? A lot of people don't understand how to own gold. The easiest and least risky way is through an ETF. This is a stock. This is called the SPDR Gold Shares. Everyone calls it the GLD. And that, I think, is the safest. It tracks the metal as a stock, and it does a terrific job. I have to tell you that I think that if you can, you could also potentially call your broker and buy bullion. Not the bullion cubes, but bullion. And you pay to store it in a depository bank. You can also buy coins and put them in a safety deposit box. Now, again, a little bit heretical. I'm not going to say it on the show, but if you buy physical gold, let me make a suggestion. Don't keep it in the country. I would prefer the gold to be in a bank out of this country. I think you should put it in the Bank of Nova Scotia or Toronto Dominion. Both work. I think you tell your kids where it is. But don't keep it here. It's not the right place. I know. But you know what? Why is it not the right place? Because we don't know what's going to happen. Because we don't know whether they're going to decide that gold should not be had. We don't know if they're going to tax gold. Do you know there's a $600 tax in the healthcare bill for gold? If you sell gold, if you're a broker, in the healthcare bill, just put in. No one even knew about it. Gold brokers called me. I don't like that. So I say, listen, let's not take a chance. Let's put it overseas. The only thing I want overseas, the only thing I don't want is again, I'm not being polemical, I'm not being ideological. I would have said the same thing 3 years ago. I just think it's important that you have something outside the country. You can say, well, Jim, that's unpatriotic. And I say, no, I'm just trying to think about your grandkids. It's the way I look at it. And I think that it's not an unpatriotic way to look at it. I think it's an important way to look at it. The world has changed. We're not a dominant country. Why not be sure? Why not bet? Why bet that we're a dominant country 25, 50 years from now? All right, what about the gold miners? If you pick the right company, one with low cost that's growing production, it could outperform the commodity. But remember that it's not going to trade in lockstep with the commodity. Gold miners screw things up constantly. They have debts. They have finding costs. Sometimes their properties are confiscated. Take Agnico Eagle, AEM. This had been my favorite gold stock, along with Eldorado Gold, symbol EGO. It's one of the gold stocks I typically got behind. In the third quarter of 2009, after I told people to buy this stock, because I wanted them to have a proxy for gold, Agnico Eagle showed you everything that could possibly go wrong with owning a gold miner. It had shutdowns at its mines, startup issues, delays, higher than expected cash costs, all of which caused the stock to got hammered. But they're all symptomatic of every single gold miner that people want to buy. Agnico Eagle was attractive in the first place, but not after these haphazard things that occurred. The stock failed to move as gold